everyone, and welcome back on in to another Animal Crossing video. So today we are going to officially be working on our campsite, which is super exciting because right now it's just kind of on the beach, and I am really ready to get this campsite into place and decorate it to look cute. Now, we are in the spot where the campsite is going to go, and I wanted to bring you guys in on the planning process because this is going to be one of our only cliff builds of this island. There's not going to be very many cliffs. This island is going to be very flat for the most part, so I want to really do it justice. So my plan for this particular build is we are going to do like multiple, we're going to use those kids tents that are like the Christmas item, and we'll take those kids tents and turn those into some extra, like, it's going to be like a full-on like tent area. And I also might even go get some simple panels from a treasure island and, you know, do the whole, like, actual, like, campsite area. Like, I would love to make an entire campground out of our campsite for our villager friends. So, I do have to do some cleanup up here. I have not been up in this area yet. I really focused on the front of my island when I first started it. So, I just have to figure out, like, how deep, how wide do we want to go? So let's hop down off the cliff real quick and see, because we do have, like, how far back do we want to go? Let's take a look at the map. So this is where I'm at in reference to the map. I think I do want to cut it where that river is ending right now. Okay, so we have two options. I can either do, because the map that I'm referencing a map off of Pinterest that I'm kind of emulating when it comes to my builds. But the map that I'm using is more of like a seaside boat village rather than a cottagecore farm. So, yeah. So now we have two options. We could leave everything the way it is. Cut it. Let me go back out here. So we could leave this just the way it is. Go ahead and come up this way and fill in from here. Yeah, so fill this in going this way, and when it meets here, cut all of this off from here over to the edge of the map, and then just push all of this back. And then I think I would want to cut it off at that, like, C3, C4 line, or the 3-4 line that we're already at, and go straight up that. I think that's good. So give me a minute, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get all of this maybe cleared out, and I will be back. I did the best I could, okay? I didn't take everything out yet, but you can kind of see the plans that are forming here, what's happening, where things are gonna go. So the big old square up in the ABC 1, 2, 3 area is where all of our campsite stuff is gonna go. So now we have like all of this space, which is incredible. And I think what I want to do, so not only do I want to put the campsite here, I also think I'm going to make a couple of other villager profiles to put down here as well, because how stinking fun would that be? I'm not going to necessarily take too much out of any of this space because I do want it to still feel like natural and much like a camp would, you know? So let's start with figuring out where we want the first, like the actual like village or campsite to go, because we are gonna have to put an incline up here somewheres, maybe right here, so that we can have access to this top part as well. I kind of like it putting it in the middle, and then maybe do like a seating area here. And a house here. Maybe we do just one of like, because the houses are a little bit bigger, maybe we'll do just like one of the kitty tents here. So let's try that. And I'm gonna pick up a few of these ones. Okay, so we're gonna try and we're gonna put some of these kitty tents up. So we do have one of them. We can at least start there. One is better than none. All right. Okay. The problem is that I have a ton of trees in my pocket right now because I didn't want to get rid of them because I was like, well, we're gonna need trees to plant. Because obviously a forest is gonna have trees. So I am gonna throw some of these down at the entrance. Because personally I think this will kind of, it'll give it a nice separation like as you're coming up here. And then I think we're gonna take that campsite sign that I just got out. And y'all, I am so ready for January. I'm so ready to be able to craft stuff from my inventory and not have to stress about like running back down to grab stuff, and it's just gonna make life so much easier. That looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's put a couple more trees. I do like the pattern of like cedar tree to fruit tree. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit of a weirdo, but I like the idea that you kind of have to be in the campsite to like experience it. I'm really hoping that these have lights on when we get to this. Okay, cool. Well, that looks great. So, now, where do we want to put the actual villager campsite? I kind of want to put the actual villager campsite, like, right there. So, let me go get the villager campsite kit from Nooks, and then we'll start by placing that. I have a lot of campsite stuff in my inventory. So, we've got a lot of good stuff we're looking at, and we have officially added every single site to our new campsite area. So we've got the one villager house here. We've got another another villager house here, and then we've got the campsite up top. I was gonna go ahead and add like another one up here, but I decided maybe we'll make this like a walking trail kind of lookout area instead. I think that could be a ton of fun. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it. I think it's time that we start putting some pathing out, laying some stuff out. And like I said, I really want to try and keep this like as natural as possible. When it comes to this, I don't want to overwork anything. I don't really want to make it look super heckin' overdone, overplanned, anything like that. I just want to make sure that it still looks fairly natural. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna grab out, I think we're gonna use the grass path for this. And like I said, we're gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna try and not move too much if I don't have to. Like I'm gonna try and work around. I almost wanna like incorporate the flowers into the path design itself, because that's what you would do like naturally. Like in like an actual campground, there's gonna be flowers in your path. There's gonna be, you know, there's gonna be things around. So we're just gonna path it out. And now this is just the, I think it's like called the path or something like that, but it's a specific like version of it. It's like grass. If you just go search, like if you're looking for these, I will make sure I put the codes down below. But this path is just like, if you look up the path in the Able Sisters shop, you'll get a half a dozen versions of this pathing, because when this game came out in 2020, this was iconic. Everyone was using it. She was that girl. She is the moment. It was good, and I think it's still thriving. This is gonna go here. And it is, the only thing with this is that it is a lot of tiles. So just bear that in mind, like if you don't have a ton of space, it's definitely a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work this pathing up to this area where we're gonna put the stairs for, we're gonna put the stairs for the hiking trail, the nature trail, the whatever you want to call it. That's where we'll start. Trying to see behind trees in this game might be the worst thing I've ever had. Perfect. And then we're gonna go around the top. Okay, so there's just like our outline of general trail of how this is going to lead through here. It'll wind up, come up here, and go to this path. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill in this other side, and I will be back when it's all done. Alright, and just like that, we are officially complete with the main path running through our beautiful campsite area. This path is so good. I love the path so much. It just fits so many good areas. Now I may go back later on and actually pick up these flowers and put pathing down underneath them, but for now I'm happy with how they are and how it's looking. So our next thing that we do have to accomplish is we're gonna start kind of putting a path through here, and I don't know how I want to do it. I don't know if I necessarily want to use this pathing again, or we do have this beautiful rock pathing here as well. I almost want to use this grass path as like a main path, maybe coming this direction, and then do rocks up to the... I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the regular grass path that you guys just saw, and then we will go ahead and do rock pathing up to each individual. So we're gonna start right here. Now these are not gonna connect together. I don't want them to connect together. I want them to kind of be their own separate thing, and like I said, we're gonna make them look very natural. I am gonna make this one only 2 wide, I do think. Smaller one. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what piece I need. Now, I think what we're also going to try and accomplish here is we are going to also, I think, maybe add like a small parking lot, and if you want to come in and camp, you gotta hike everything in, or I might put down some cars, like I might get some cars to put down so that we kind of get that feel of like, because like obviously if you're going camping, I almost kind of want like no cars though, maybe make a parking lot at the bottom of the cliff, and then you gotta walk in from there, because a lot of parks you do have to walk in. You do have to park. They don't want you driving or any of that. So I think maybe that would look really cool to have a parking lot where people have their cars, and maybe we could get those little wagons, the wagons that have all the stuff in them, and that's how people are kind of hauling stuff into their campsites. I think that would be fun. We're just going to run this path all the way to the end of this cliff here. And then we'll spin her around and put her back on the other one. This is a lot more path heavy than our last design that we did at the museum, obviously because this is a much larger space. A lot larger than what we were doing before. So, let's see about this. Now, I'm not always the biggest fan of the path going straight like this, because sometimes I just think it doesn't look as natural as it should, but unfortunately that's just kind of where we're at with this. And I think with the amount of stuff that we are going to put down, I think it'll be fun. Now we are kind of leaving these as very much like basic builds. Like these are not gonna be, I'm hoping they're gonna be spectacular, but also like, I'm not an Animal Crossing decorator by any means, okay? Y'all, I've said that before. I'm just a girl out here doing my best. We definitely missed 2 spots. Like I said, trying to decorate behind these trees and path behind these trees, I think is the worst thing ever. Okay, so this is done. Cute. Okay, so we are gonna put, and maybe, ooh, we should get out in my wooden storage shed. I do have like some storefronts. Maybe we make a little storefront that people have to check in at before they head to their campsite. I think that could be fun. Okay, so that's the main path. And then we're gonna have some dirt paths. We'll just do then, if it is only the 1 wide, maybe we'll do just starting up there like that. Yes, perfect. Okay, let's start decorating this one. go. Okay, so I definitely want... I think we're going to do the leaf campfire for this one. Like I said, we've got the utility wagons that I definitely want to put. Let's see, what else? I think a picnic basket would look really cute in this area. Maybe we'll do a log dining table. I don't know if that's gonna be too big. We might have to do one of the other ones. We definitely want a couple of stools so that we can add those. Okay, let's start with that. Let's see where that gets us. Because this is one of the smaller campsites that we're gonna have. So we'll do a leaf campfire here. We'll do a stool here. And the other stool here. Yes, it's gonna stay. Do that like that. And then potentially these, so these hitboxes are a lot different than the ones for the regular campsite. So this one is definitely a little bit harder to go ahead and decorate. But like I said, we're gonna keep it very basic, very simple, nothing too crazy. I really think this is how we're gonna keep this one. I feel like that looks pretty dang good. I do kind of want to put another tree here. I don't know if it's gonna allow me to because of the house. Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, sad day. Slap that down. Here. And then maybe one. We're just gonna throw some weeds down. Alright, that's gonna be campsite number 1. I know it seems super simple, but this is, like I said, this is the smallest area that we have, and I might actually, I think I'm gonna throw down some fencing on the side of it. But yeah, we're keeping that one super simple. We'll get something out. I think maybe we'll do the iron fencing. I do have the other like lattice fencing that I'm using for the rest of my build, but I feel like this is a little bit different. So I think the iron fencing would fit really well. I wish this would be closer, but we can't. I don't know if I like this. Not necessarily because of the fencing. I think it's just because of the size of the... It might work. We're gonna leave it. I'm gonna ponder that. I'm gonna leave it and we're gonna ponder that and see if we like it. Haven't decided. Let's go to campsite number 2. Alright, campsite number 2. No. Same thing. Same thing. Looking cute, looking good. This side, we do have a little bit more space. So I think we're gonna go ahead and drop the log dining table here and we'll do their campfire on this side. We'll allow them to have a little dining area to sit at. Log bench. ahead and pick up a couple of these weeds so that the weeds are intact so they can plant some more trees. Like I said, keeping it very, very natural, very... It's not where I wanted to keep it. Okay. Well, I guess they're getting a view because I can't plant anything here. Maybe we'll put a hedge. Let me go down here because I gotta grab our fireplace out, or our campfire. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. It would help if you just sing along. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. Alright, so we're gonna grab that. And maybe we'll put like a bucket of water out as if they're gonna get water. So I do have like these that we could put back there. See maybe how that looks. Alright, let's start there. So let's go ahead and drop the bonfire, see where that lands. Okay. Not bad. Can I push it any more this way? Oh, that can actually be like basically right in front of the tent, which is awesome. But I think that looks good right there. Listen, Smokey the Bear would not approve of my campfire place. Also gonna grab actually, I don't think that looks too bad. I think that looks okay. I do think we're gonna put maybe a water pump with a bucket on it over here, and this is where the people will grab their water from. The illusion that someone's getting. Okay. I like it a lot. And then I could grab a stool so they can sit next to their fire. Actually, let's put the stool on this half. And now I want you to be able to see these. So I do want to put some more trees like here in the front. So that this definitely doesn't look as natural. Like, it doesn't look like this was all super man-made, but I don't want to put too much so that you can't see this. I do want to maybe put some leaf piles down. The problem is that the leaf piles are really only good in the like spring and or in the fall season, fall and winter, because after that then there's kind of like you don't have leaves on the ground anymore. You do for a little bit in winter, but that's about it. Maybe we're just gonna plant some leaves and stuff. Kind of keep it a little overgrown. And then I think I am gonna throw like a log down here. I do have like a log in my inventory. Get out here, plop it down. So it kind of looks looks like that's what they're gonna use. I know there is the log like pile that you can get, but I do like that. And this looks really nice. Like I said, clean, simple, nothing too crazy. I want this to be a very natural build. I'm not trying to do a ton of terraforming on my island. I want this to be simple, clean. It just looks nice, you know? And I think over here, I think we're literally just gonna leave this as is. I might add a couple of benches, some lights, so people can sit, but I really kind of want it just to be a fishing area. Like, maybe I'll add some of the fishing stuff. You can fish in the river, but I don't want to do too much. Okay, so we are going to clean up the weeds from this section so that we can put pathing down to get to this. Now, because this is a campsite villager village, like the actual the NPC tent, I kind of want to skip forward just a day and put that down and make sure and see where it's at so that we can actually campsite here, and we are ready to get decorating. So what we're gonna do is bring this on. Okay. So I actually, looking at this space, I might actually end up, I know we said yesterday I kind of want to do like a fishing area over here, but I might just make this a small campsite with kids tent. I think that could be fun. I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to try and stick it over here with the NPC, or yeah, with the NPC campsite. Right there. I think that actually looks really cute. Okay. Cool. So we've got that. We're gonna put... I picked it up so that it was closer. Because I didn't want to have to run. Alright, let's do our stone pathing up to this. And this one's gonna be like a sideways kind of path. Sideways kind of deal. For this one, I am gonna make it a little thicker. Pathing, terraforming, any of that is like my worst nightmare. I wish they would just let us place things in the center of blocks. That would be... What is one thing you wish you could have in this game that's not in the game that you wish they would add? Mine would be letting me place things in the center of blocks. That would make me very, very, very happy. Like, just let me place it in there. Yeah, alright. Good enough. The path is in. We've got that. Let's add some more stuff. Get something out here. I do think I want to put the hammock out here in this space. We do. I thought we had another bonfire somewhere. kind of wish that they allowed us to, like, I wish they allowed the NPCs to come out of the tent when they're visiting, because I think that would look so fun. Like, just have them just wander, like, a square in front of, even if it was just like a small square in front of the tent, I think that would be fun. Because I know so many of us, we put out, like, decor for them. Did I not grab a chair? We put out decor for these villagers, and then it never gets used. It's just there to look pretty. They might not get it. The campsite villager might not get it. Grabbing a seat, a bench, or something. I think we're just gonna do like one long bench here. Cutesy, cozy, comfy, warm. Exactly what we want to go for. I think this looks so good so far. Okay, so the last thing I really want to do, also I am going to add in, we're going to just do tiny details. We're not going to do too many. We're going to put down a water pump. I think everyone should have a pump at their site so that they can put out their fires, because fire safety. Grab something out. I like how your head fully goes in that. Okay, so we are gonna grab these storefronts that I have. Kind of make it look like a storefront that you gotta stop at when you come in to check in. What else do I want in front of the storefront? I do want to grab this. I'm gonna grab the pergola. That's gonna go over top of the storefront. Maybe there's a bench out in front of the storefront. So we're gonna put, I think, our storefront like right. I want to put the pergola down first. So the pergola is gonna go in the center. Goes in the center like that, and then the storefronts go around it. Alright, we do have to pick this flower. I didn't want to. I didn't want to pick up any flowers. But we have to, because it is not letting me do what I want. And I think we're actually going to push, if I can, worried about trying to fit the store for here, but we'll see. That's what I was worried about. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do really quick is pick that one up. Push this way. We're gonna go like this, so that it is the correct way. We're gonna go under the pergola. Push that to the edge like so. And then we'll push the pergola back where it should be. I might there. Ooh, and then like a tree or something right here. Let me hold my shovel. I'm not really liking that. What we'll do is we'll grab one of the shrubs. We'll grab some of these and put those along the corners. That. Do I have one Okay, so there's that storefront. Here it is. Love it. Amazing. Bench over here, like you're sitting waiting to check in. The sign. That's cute. I think we have a regular sign post. We'll have like a utility wagon here as if someone's like waiting to bring their stuff in. And then we'll do like a swing. Oh, maybe there's a phone booth. Maybe there's no cell service. You need to call. And a little pond. Ooh, I definitely think some of the barrels would be good. have the phone booth like right next to it, so that if you do need to call. Their storage stuff that they got to get ready to put into the store. And then maybe we'll do a little chalk over here. There's a table. Oh, the pawn stone. Yes. Pawn stone here. Now we're just kind of adding like little... touches so that it feels a little... Let me pick up this pawn stone back first. And I want to put down a tree right here instead. So that it kind of gives more privacy to this campsite. And then we're gonna do some more weeds on the ground. We're just gonna plant a bunch. Yep. What else did I grab out? With the pawn stone, a topiary, a table, another table, and a picnic basket. Okay, I think that's actually pretty good. We'll put another tree like here. Again, just for some privacy. And we will grab more of this iron fencing because I feel like we have not incorporated this enough. Cute! Cute. Really like it. Loving this campsite. We do still have to put this here, and we have to make a fishing area. Love it. Okay, I think this is turning out a lot better than I thought it was. I had my doubts, because this is such a big area, and I typically don't decorate large areas like this very often. Just out of like my own sanity. I don't do a lot of these, because I always feel like I don't really know what to put. So. Okay, there's that. Need something else. just feel like the edge looks very bland. Maybe... what do we have that we could potentially use? We could do a garden rock. Because they are close to the water. I think that might look good. Let's grab the garden rock. Maybe we'll pop a lawnmower out just like in the middle of the trees as if they're going out to keep things cleaned up. I'll also grab this in case we need it. And I think that's that. Garden. That was big. I was hoping it would fill up more of that area. I guess not. I guess it's okay. We'll drop the acorn. Put a couple of, like, flowers down. And I think it's as good as that's gonna get. I'm not entirely happy with that one. Let me know in the comments down below what else should I add to that area. What else do you think would look good? Okay, perfect. I think we are officially done with the main campsite areas. And I think I'm gonna call it here for now. So let me give you guys a final little walkthrough. All right, so you come up from the bottom, have your store over to your right, walk down your pathway, you've got campsite number 1. Walk down this beautiful nature trail surrounded by flowers and trees and everything you could ever need. You have campsite number 2, which has a gorgeous and beautiful waterfall view with easy access to our fishing pond. Now, as we come back this way, walk past the store and head straight on back. You do have this gorgeous and beautiful camping site with room for 2. And that's it, y'all. That's our little campsite area. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate it. I will be back with another video next week, maybe even this week. We might do 2 Animal Crossing videos this week. And I will be doing the fishing area up here and finishing up the hiking area, which is going to be super fun. We also are going to be doing the Able Sisters very soon and a couple of other projects as we get closer to that January update. So thank you all so much for watching. And if you liked the video, be sure to leave it a like. Give it a big old thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comments down below what area you'd like me to see me build next and what you thought of my campsite. And if you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to do so. We are working our way to 1,000 followers on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!